So to end the year properly, I thought I would do my personal Benny P MMA World Awards. So in this video, I'm just gonna do, Fighter of the Year. You guys know the drill for like the MMA World Awards. So I'm just gonna do my opinions. These are all my opinions. These are the correct opinions too. These are better than the World MMA Awards, guaranteed. Uh, that's the World MMA Awards. They suck. I'm better. So, let's get on to the first category, which is the Charles Mask Lewis Fighter of the Year. Let's change this up. It's the Benny P Awards. I'm reading off the World MMA Awards. Let's just say the Benny P. I guess just the Benny P Fighter of the Year award. I guess I don't really don't know what else I can add to it. But I'm gonna go with the Fighter of the Year. I'm gonna go with Sean Strickland. I mean, it is a 50-50 between him and Islam Makhachev, but you got to look at it. Sean Strickland went 3-0, short notice fights, went in there, beat two, decently highly touted prospects. I'd say Amavov more highly touted than Abbas Magomedov, but people forget Abbas Magomedov did have some hype behind his name when Sean Strickland did fight him. A lot of people did pick uh, Abbas Magomedov, and he went in there and he beat Israel Adesanya and won the belt. Nobody was predicting him to be champion this year. Like last year, this time last year, nobody was saying shit, man. I reckon Strickland gets the strap, So I reckon he's the male fighter of the year. Then we have the female fighter of the year. I'm gonna go with Alexa Grasso. I think it makes all the sense in the world. Big upset. Did get a weird draw her last fight, but she's doing great things for the Mexican MMA community, and she had a pretty crazy fight against Shevchenko. Shevchenko was at the top for so long, so it's only right to make her the female fighter of the year. Now, breakthrough fighter of the year. I got this one's interesting. It could be multiple guys. For some reason, Alex Pereira is on the list, but like bro, he was literally champion last year. He won the belt last year. Like, how is he breaking through? I know that the MMA World Awards have like some fucking thing where they do statistics and everything from last year, but this is the 2023 fucking MMA Awards, so I'm only staying on 2023. And he coming into the year, he was already champ, so I'm gonna go with Dricus du Plessis here, breakthrough fighter of the year. I know he didn't win a belt or anything like that, but he got completely counted out against Robert Whittaker. Nobody thought he was going to go in there and beat him, except for Justin Heron on Twitter. Shout out to Justin Heron, Bobby Noon. He's the only guy I've seen who was like fucking so confident in Dricus du Plessis winning, and he won. So he's got to be the breakthrough fighter. Nobody was giving him a shot. It was almost a foregone conclusion in people's minds that Dricus du Plessis was going to go in there and lose to Robert Whittaker. And, Robert Whittaker 30-27, and Robert Whittaker didn't win a single round against Dricus du Plessis. Like, it was a masterclass from Dricus. Like, he really went in there and dominated Robert Whittaker, and nobody's really done that to Whittaker. He beat him in the wrestling, the striking, he just beat him up. So that was really impressive from Dricus du Plessis. Like, honestly, a really impressive performance, and that's got to be a breakthrough performance. Maybe if he wasn't injured or anything, he would have won the belt. So I'm going to put him as the breakthrough fighter. I know he didn't win a championship or anything like that, but I just think that beating Robert Whittaker speaks for itself. Like that, nobody was giving him a shot. Everyone was saying he was a meme fighter and all this stuff. But anyway, now we have the International Fighter of the Year, and in my opinion, this one's pretty easy to pick. You got to go with Islam Makhachev, right? Like, I mean, like, how can you not go with Islam Makhachev? He had a really good year. Obviously, that fight with Volkanovski in Perth was very competitive, but he did end up getting his hand raised at the end of the day, and then he did go in there and he knocked out Volk in the rematch. So, nobody's gone out there and done Volkanovski like that, and he is the only person in the UFC to beat Volk. Obviously not in his natural weight class or anything like that, but I do think it holds a lot of merit. So I am going to be taking Islam Makhachev for International Fighter of the Year. Then moving on, we have the Rookie of the Year. So with this, I've seen a lot of people going with Diego Lopez as the Rookie of the Year. But like, there is a fighter who had a much bigger year. I know he did go in there. I know Diego Lopez went in there, had a competitive fight with Evloev. But like, Evloev has competitive fights with fucking Mike Grundy. Like, I get it. He had a really good performance, and then he went and won two fights. But like, at the end of the day, there's a fighter who came in on his debut and beat a ranked opponent and was ranked in his first fight. Now I know his second fight wasn't as an impressive in performance, but he did clearly win it. So I'm going with Steven Astro Boy Urseg as my rookie of the year. Obviously, people are going to say I'm biased. I'm Australian. I'm from Perth, but like it just makes sense, man. He became ranked in his first fight. Like that. That just that is like the best way to fucking put yourself at the top of the rookie list. Like he's literally ranked. He literally won one fight against David Dvorak. He's ranked. And then he went in there, beat Costa. So like come on, he's 2-0. I know obviously he's not going in there and winning in like the crazy impressive fashion against like Diego Lopez, but I mean, when you look at it, Pat Sabatini's not that great. He's got a bit of a chin problem. If you've seen a lot of his fights, he does get rocked a lot. And then obviously, uh, Gavin Tucker had been out for like fucking 5 years or something like that, so he didn't fight for ages, and he was coming off a brutal KO loss to Dan Ige. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Steve Ercik here. I know it's not very maybe the popular pick for Rookie of the Year, but you just gotta look at it factually. It does make the most sense. The man was champ. Sorry, not man wasn't champ, but the man, champ at the top of it. He was the rookie when it comes to like he went in there. He was ranked straight away. Like that's just more impressive in my opinion. Now let's look at the other categories, which is the fight of the year. In my opinion, the fight of the year, very clear fight to pick. Alexander Volkanovski versus Islam Makhachev won in Perth. I mean, I was there live, so maybe it just there is a bit of an inherent bias here, but that fight was fucking nuts, man. I really just enjoyed that fight. Like, it was just crazy. Everybody was, saying Volk's gonna get flattened like a bug. He's gonna get destroyed in there. It's not gonna be close. And he went in there. He had a competitive fight with Islam Makhachev. Now, who won that fight? It just depends on how you look at it, how you want to score the fight. I'm not going to argue who won or, it is a 50-50 fight. Could have gone either way, in my opinion. I know some people won't like to hear that. They'll just say, Islam clearly won, but it was very close. You could argue 3-2 either way, but it was a great fight, just a fun fight, back and forth scrap. They both made each other look human, which is crazy because a lot of the time, these guys both run through other people, especially Volk coming up a weight class as well. Very impressive, great storyline behind it. So yeah, I'm going with that for fight of the year. Then moving on, we have the knockout of the year. Now this one maybe is a bit of a recency bias here, but you've got to go with Josh Emmett knocking out Bryce Mitchell, right? I literally thought Bryce Mitchell was dead. And I'm not even exaggerating. I thought he was fucking dying on the... He was convulsing, like fucking shaking his head like that. That was fucking scary. That is one of the most spine-tingling KOs I've ever seen. Like, I was fucking genuinely worried for the guy. Like, it was fucking horrible to watch. And that makes it a fucking amazing KO. Like, he literally deaded him. And he's off featherweight as well. You don't really see KOs like at all at featherweight. A lot of these guys go to decision, but Josh Emmett's got like a fucking nuclear option in his hands. Like that's just got to be the KO of the year in my opinion. Obviously, there's some other candidates, but I just feel like the Josh Emmett KO is just it just stands above the other ones. It's just a fucking picture perfect KO. Just instantly fucking deads him. So you got to have Josh Emmett, KOing Bryce Mitchell. So yeah, that's my KO of the year. Then the next is the submission of the year. So the MMA World Award went with Alexa Grasso versus Valentina Shevchenko, which is, I guess, interesting. It's a good sub. But I'm going to be going with a bit of a different one than what everyone else is going with. I'm going to be going with Damon Blackshear getting a twister submission over Jose Johnson. Like, it's a fucking twister. You don't really see many twisters, what? If somebody goes in there and gets a twister, I don't give a fuck who it is. I'm putting it on the list. That is the sub of the year. Twisters are fucking amazing submissions. Like, it is just a cool ass submission. It's a very unorthodox submission. Like, you only see a twister every fucking once every 5 years, maybe. Like, it's not something you see every day. I think the last time we got a twister was Bryce Mitchell getting a twister. I think it was against Bobby Muffet, if I'm thinking correctly. I don't know. I just know Bryce Mitchell, I'm pretty sure, was the last guy to get a twister. So, yeah, no, it is very rare to see twisters. So, that's why I've got that for my submission of the year. I know Alexa Grasso getting a submission over Valentina Shevchenko was very impressive. I'm not discrediting that, but the overall submission wasn't that, like, crazy. Like, it was a cool sequence, but like a twister is so much more like cool to see than a back take into a rear naked. I know it's still a good sub, don't get me wrong, but I just rate the Damon Blackshear twister a bit more. Then we got the comeback of the year. Now this one, I'm going with a bit of a different submission. So this isn't even a fight that was in the UFC. This is a regional fight, but I'm gonna go with this one. It's because if you watch this fight, it was a fucking crazy, crazy comeback victory. I watched this one live and I was thinking, damn, what's the hype about this guy? He's fucking losing every single round. He's getting dominated. And then literally, I think there was like 20 seconds left in the round. He gets a knee bar. I'm of course talking about Abdurakhimov, the Lazy King versus Rafal Haratic. The Lazy King moved up to middleweight, which is crazy because this guy's a natural lightweight, I'm pretty sure. He hasn't fought at the division before, but he is going to be fighting there in the PFL. And he went up to middleweight. He's getting absolutely fucking destroyed. He's getting ragdolled. He's getting nothing of offense in that fight. And then, he goes in there and gets a knee bar comeback submission out of fucking nowhere. Like, that generally is very impressive from the Lazy King. Like, I feel like there wasn't too many crazy comebacks. Maybe you could have, who was it? It was CJ Vergara versus Daniel Da Silva. That was also a pretty cool comeback. But I'm just gonna go with this one. I know it's outside the UFC, but this was generally like Anderson Silva versus Chael Sonnen-esque, like getting destroyed every round, and then just comes back. Like I'm pretty sure he was down 4 rounds, and there was literally 20 seconds to go. Like that was the Hail Mary of Hail Marys. So I am gonna go with that for my comeback of the year. Cause yeah, you just can't not have that on the list in my opinion. Like it is just one of the greatest comebacks, especially this year. Go rewatch that fight if you get some time. It is on Fight Pass. The moving on up the list of the my Benny P's MMA awards. Sorry, I had to go check who the Lazy King's opponent was, so I'm just getting back onto the list now. We have Trainer of the Year. Okay, so this is interesting. So the coach of the year is a pretty fucking easy pick in my opinion, but the fucking MMA World Awards fucked it up. But the clear coach of the year in my opinion is Eric Nixick. He fucking had an amazing year. Coached Sean Strickland a victory against Israel Adesanya. Coached Francis Ngannou to a near victory in boxing against Tyson Fury. Obviously, other fighters as well. He's coached to victory. Like they just, he's killing it. He's doing it really well. He's one of the best coaches in the sport. Obviously, helped coach Ngannou against Cyril Gane last year with a fucking one knee. Like Eric Nixick is a very, very good coach. He doesn't get the respect he deserves. He is the clear number one coach this year, though. Like nobody even comes close to it. Eric Nixick, fucking, he deserves some more respect. He's never got Coach of the Year. He didn't even get it this year. Absolute fucking bullshit. Eric Nixick deserves it. He's the clear number one Coach of the Year. I don't know what the MMA World Awards have against him. I don't even remember what Mike Brown really done this year and last year. Besides Pantoja winning, and Amanda Nunes just running through all the female competition. It's not really anything crazy. Also, they gave Gym of the Year American Top Team. In my opinion, Extreme Couture by far the Gym of the Year. Obviously, Sean Strickland became champion. A bunch of fighters from Extreme Couture went on to do great things. Uh, Now, Trainer of the Year is interesting. I have fucking absolutely no clue uh, what they mean by Trainer of the Year. Uh, So I'm just going to leave that one out because I really don't know. Then we have Referee of the Year. They went with Herb Dean. That's fucking absolute bullshit, mate. That is horrible. Herb Dean is not the gold standard anymore. He just isn't. Like, why does Herb Dean always get Ref of the Year when he fucks up so much, man? Now, I'm not going full fucking Dan Hardy. Stop the fight! I'm not saying he's that bad at, like, that was an isolated incident, but he's done some pretty shit things. And I mean, the fact that he's in so much controversy should just speak to the fact that he shouldn't be the referee of the year. I feel like the referees we don't talk about, but the ones who we watch a fight and we don't even like talk about what that referee did or anything. I feel like that is that they're the referees who deserve to get the referee of the year. The ones we don't notice. We notice fucking Herb Dean because he's always doing weird shit. I think the clear referee of the year is Jason Herzog. When has Jason Herzog ever done anything wrong? When has he ever made a bad decision? When's he ever stopped a fight late? Jason Herzog is by far the best referee in my opinion. Like, just the fact that we don't talk about Jason Herzog just speaks to how fucking good he is. Mark Goddard, very trigger happy with the early stoppages. Then there was that referee who almost got fucking Bobby Green assassinated in the cage. It's clearly Jason Herzog. I don't understand how Jason Herzog doesn't get the respect he deserves. He clearly, by far, is the number one. Like, it's just not close in my opinion. It's fucking bullshit that they always give it to Herb Dean. Herb Dean was the gold standard of refereeing at one point, but now, he's a fucking. I guess the best way I can put it is like he's a bit of a fucking clown sometimes. I like Herb Dean. Don't get me wrong. I like Herb Dean, but he does make a lot of weird decisions sometimes. Then we have the Ring Girl card of the year. I don't care. Like, it doesn't really matter to me. Brittany Palmer retired, so let's just give it to her. Here's a farewell one. Here's your fucking 20th. Promotion, leading man. Gonna go with Dana White. Clear. Personality of the year. Gonna go with the MMA Guru. I don't know what they exactly mean by personality. I guess if it's in the, I guess it says the promotion, but fuck it. I'll make my own fucking rules. MMA Guru. He clearly was the MMA personality of the year. He had a bunch of breakthrough stories, obviously with the Israel Adesanya dog situation and all that shit. So I'm gonna have him on here for personality of the year. He did some really big things. His channel grew. He went to South Africa. He did a bunch of fucking crazy shit. So I'm gonna have the MMA Guru as the personality of the year. Analyst of the year. Uh, fuck man, I don't even like. I don't fucking know. Who do we put as the analyst of the year? Like, they're all pretty bad. I'll go Daniel Cormier just because, at least when there's wrestling exchanges, he knows what he's talking about. He doesn't know anything about the fucking scoring criteria because he thinks, laying on top of someone wins you a round. But, that is pretty fucking egregious from Daniel Cormier to do that. He should know the scoring criteria. You know what, fuck it, I'm going with Henry Cejudo. Let's just go Henry Cejudo. He makes good breakdowns on YouTube. He's a bit biased, but it is what it is. Everyone's a bit inherently biased. Best promotion, UFC, clearly above all the other ones. Media source of the year, we're going Benny P MMA Incorporated. Journalist of the year, we're going Benny P MMA. Let's just say Benny P broke multiple big fights. He broke Jack Della Maddalena versus Gilbert Burns. He broke Jack Della Maddalena versus Kevin Holland. He broke Jack Della Maddalena versus Randy Brown. He broke Jack Della Maddalena versus Sean Brady. He broke, it was last year, but he broke Jake Matthews versus Matthew Semmelsberger. He broke Jamie Malarkey versus Michael Johnson. He corroborated that Alexander Volkanovski was fighting Islam Makhachev. He broke down that Steven Erceg was fighting Clayton Carpenter. What else did he break down? He broke a lot of fights. He broke that Tom Nolan was fighting on Dana White Contender Series against Bogdan Grad, and then he also announced that Tom Nolan was fighting Mahashate, which then he announced that that Mahashate was out of the fight against Tom Nolan. So Benny P MMA breaking multiple newses. He's really good with his Australian, New Zealand fighters especially. So you gotta have Benny P MMA as Journalist of the Year in my opinion. Not to suck my own cock or anything, but I feel like I did a bit more than Ariel Helwani this year. What has he fucking done? Like what fights has he broke really? He hasn't really broken many. Best MMA programming, I'm going with the MMA Commonwealth Connection with me and Jamal. That's clearly above. That's who's gonna fucking disagree with me, huh? Who's gonna disagree with me? Lifetime Achievement Award. I don't even fucking know, man. What do you? I don't know. We'll keep it with Ken Shamrock. Fighting Spirit of the Year. Yeah, let's just go. Femba Garimbo built a water pump in Zimbabwe. Very inspiring story. Has The Rock fucking funding his house and everything. It just shows if you can find the right platform, the right people can come and help you. But Furimbo Garimbo, crazy story, really good guy. I'm glad that he's getting all the things. Like, honestly, he had like $20 in his bank account when he flew to Florida, lived in a fucking gym. So yeah, that is a fighting spirit story if I've ever seen one. So respect to Furimbo Garimbo. But yeah, that is the Benny P 2023 MMA Awards. So, thank you guys so much for watching. This will be an annual event, so I'll be doing this next year as well. But yeah, let me know. Let me your picks for all these categories. Let me know if you got different picks or anything like that. But yeah, these are mine. Uh, Now, what do the fighters and the personalities get who I've put on this list? You get fucking absolutely fucking nothing. You get my respect, okay? You get my admiration. That's what you get, okay? What does that mean? Absolutely fucking nothing. I'm some guy in my fucking bedroom right now making this fucking video. But maybe it means something to someone out there. So you get the you're on the Benny P MMA 2023 award. Like that is a very big achievement in my opinion. Not everybody gets to be on my awards. You know, you're the first in the inaugural Benny P MMA Awards. Like that is a very huge achievement, my friend. So you should all be very grateful to have the honor of being the inaugural winners. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Oh wait, did I say upset of the year? I feel like I missed upset of the year, right? Uh, well, if I missed upset of the year, it's clearly Sean Strickland beating Israel Adesanya. You know, we all counted him out. We all thought he wasn't going to do it. Like, let's be real. Nobody was giving Sean Strickland a shot in there. But Sean Strickland went in there, absolutely fucking dominated Israel Adesanya, won arguably every round, where not a single soul gave him a chance in there. Sorry, very unprofessional. I forgot to put that category. I hope I didn't forget any other ones. I don't know how I forgot to put the fucking upset of the year. But yeah, I definitely forgot it. But did I do comeback of the year? Yeah, I did comeback of the year, and then I forgot upset of the year. But yeah, Sean Strickland clearly the fucking upset of the year against Israel Adesanya. Like it just is. Like nobody was giving him a shot. Like that was like a fight where oh it's just a filler fight. You know, is he by ever what by however he wants. You know, as people say. But yeah, anyway, that's it. That is the 2023 BennyPMMA Awards. Let's hope I didn't fucking forget anything. You know, it is the first one. The first show is always a bit shit. The inaugural event's always a bit shit. But the next one will be better. Maybe I'll have a professional setup by then. Who knows? Maybe I'll have thousands of subscribers by then. You know, God willing. But that's all I've got to say. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like, share this video around, share it in some MMA group chats or something. Let's get some flooding of support here. I'd appreciate it somehow. But yeah, anyway, let me know your thoughts on my picks. Let me know your fighters of the year and you know all the categories in the comments below. Put all your picks and everything. I'll respond to them. If you disagree with some of my picks, then let me know why, and I'll tell you why I'm right. But no, I'm kidding. I'll tell you why I do have these thoughts on these opinions and everything. But yeah, anyway, that's all I've got to say. So yeah, like I say, like this video, share it, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Have a happy new year for everybody. If this is the last video I make for the year. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good new year. Be safe. Uh, and yeah, you know, it's going to be a big year for this channel, hopefully. I mean, it will be. No, not hopefully. It's going to be a big year. You know, somehow it's going to be a bigger year for sure. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.